Right, everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome along back to the Animal Anomalies podcast with your host, Wildlife with Cookie. Sitting over the table from me is Jonathan.
Stop calling me Jonathan. Why are you calling me Jonathan?
Stop calling me a brummie. I'll stop calling you Jonathan.
All right, well, we can do this all day if you want. Josephine.
What? All right, Johnny, calm down. So, John, hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How you doing? You all right?
Literally scrapping straight away.
Yeah, we started with a lot of sass there.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to, because the last two episodes we've done of season 2, you've been going with the brummie thing.
Yeah, but that's because you are Brummie, whereas my name isn't Jonathan.
I'm not a Brummie, though, am I? I'm not from... Right, anyway, so I thought I'd go at you being like, have a bit of that, because I know you don't like it.
Nah, it's
fine. And you know I don't like being called a Brummie.
You don't like it?
No.
You should have said something.
I absolutely hate it.
Why have you kept it quiet?
So there we go. Can we just sort of now call it like... Right, we'll stop doing that, yeah?
Well, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah?
Let's see how we do.
All
yeah,
right.
Let's crack on and see how we do.
Yeah. So how are you anyway? You all right?
Yeah, good. Been to Cornwall since the last time.
Oh, go on, tell me
good.
about that. You done anything interesting?
Animal-wise, I went to Penzance.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I went to Land's End more specifically.
Yeah.
And saw a pod of dolphins out to sea. Maybe 30, 40 dolphins in this pod. It was really quite cool.
No way, yeah.
All jumping around doing their business. It was quite funny, actually, because there was a guy out there kayaking. And I was like, oh, that guy's having, the best time ever. And I said that out loud. And then there was a lady sort of on a bench next to me, and he went, "He's a bloody idiot."
What?
And I was like, "What?
A dolphin?"
I was like, "What are you on about?" And she was like, "They're sharks, they are."
Oh no,
they're sharks. He's gonna get eaten.
No
and I was
way.
like, "Oh," I didn't want to say to this woman, "Well, no, they're not. You moron."
Well, I would have been like,
they were clearly
up.
Dolphins. They were jumping, two of them jumping side by side. I was like, what sharks travel in pods that big?
They do travel in herds
and do big.
Jurassic Park, by the way. You get that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, you didn't really give me anything.
That's because I didn't think it was worth it.
Right, fair enough. Yeah, but you saw loads of dolphins.
Saw loads of dolphins,
and I
saw signs saying "Beware of the snakes," but I didn't flip any corrugated iron to see snakes. I didn't see any snakes when I was down there. No.
Oh, I thought you were going to do that.
I was going to, but I never
just never got round to it.
Got round to it.
No, that's a shame. So no snakes for you, but loads of dolphins.
No snakes, loads of dolphins. It was good.
Yeah, you had a good time though. Yeah. How long were you away for?
I was away for I was only away for a week and a bit, but it felt like a much needed break.
Did you see any lost looking children down there that we would normally get in here, or?
Well, it's funny that, isn't it? Because as soon as I come back from Cornwall, Jacob goes the other way.
That idiot's gone again, isn't it?
He's gone back the other way.
Jacob's not here again. Look, he's got empty space. Where is he? What an absolute pleb.
We have swapped directions. He's always back down there, isn't he? I mean, he lives down there, to be fair.
Yeah, he does live down there. He's gone again. Jacob's gone. Before we get into it, though, this podcast is sponsored by MPB. MPB is the largest global platform to buy, sell, and trade used photography and videography equipment. It is a fantastic platform which you can find yourself some DSLR cameras, some drones, some action cameras, whatever you need to go and be creative, MPB will have it there just for you. Get yourself over to MPB. But anyway, back to the podcast.
Hey guys, if you're enjoying... Guys, if you like The Wild Times, check us out on Patreon. We put out 4 extra podcasts per month.
That's one commute a week that you're just going to be laughing and learning the whole time in the car. Hey, let me do something else. This is the late night content. The stuff that we can't show on YouTube because they'll kick us off YouTube.
It's the Cinemax of podcasts. Uncensored, raw dog. It's the Cinemax of podcasts. Check it out. Link right here.
How do you think the podcast went last time? Do you think the last one was good with him in it?
Yeah, I think we worked quite well as a 3. Well, it was quite nice to, have that side of the table diluted a little bit. I thought it was all right. Yeah, no, I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was all right. I thought he come with a little segment. It was okay. It wasn't the best.
You won the game, didn't you? I thought didn't you win his little game?
Oh, his game?
Yeah.
Yeah, smashed it, mate. But then...
Oh, no, you were really bad at the real life shinies. You were terrible at that.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't very good at that. But the marine game...
You said at one point that you thought that... was it Cheetahs would have square checkerboard stripes? Would it? Well, I can't remember what you said. It was mad. Whatever it was mad.
I don't recall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did say. I said squares instead of spots. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
How are you doing though? You good?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. I haven't really been up to a lot actually. So I have been doing a little bit of wildlife stuff. Haven't done mega stuff. So I went to this place called Slimbridge, which is a Oh, it's like down south near the Forest of Dean, near Wales and all that.
All right.
Slimbridge Wetland Centre. Saw loads of different birds that I haven't seen for the first time. That I've saw. What did I just say?
You said I've seen lots of birds that I haven't seen for the first time, or something like that. That you've seen lots of birds, but you haven't seen them for the first time. So the time you saw them was the second time. There was no first time.
What?
I like that attitude.
I said it and confused myself. Right. So I saw birds for the first time.
That you'd never seen before.
Yeah.
Got it.
So cranes.
Oh.
Yeah. Spoonbills.
No, I've seen a crane, but I've not seen a spoonbill.
Spoonbills are cool, mate.
No.
Yeah, wicked cool things. Loads of like cattle egrets actually in the UK. That's pretty cool. And then also saw loads of kingfishers. So that was like obviously a
Love
highlight
that.
for me. Yeah, kingfishers like the best things in the world, isn't it? Common kingfisher, blue, orange, looking beautiful. Had a great time down there. Went with Jacob actually, and then a listener of the podcast, a viewer, Ed. Big shout out to him. Lovely
Big up
guy.
Ed.
Yeah, lovely guy. He's been in a couple of videos. Lovely.
Just for reference, I was saying big up Ed, not big head, because sometimes we drop our H's over here, so you know.
Yeah. Can we get across as well? It's warm in here again.
It's warm in here again, which is surprising because it's really cold out there. So they blast the heating in here.
Like, I
clearly.
don't know why there's no aircon in here, but it's like flipping heck. I'm sweating my chebs off again. Do you see me at the end of the last podcast? Like I was glazed.
Yeah, and at the end, when we finished, you were so sweaty and tired that you were just in a bit of a blur for like 5 minutes. You just didn't know what had happened.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's nightmare. I'm going to be the same today. It's an absolute shambles. Something I thought we could do today,
Go on.
to start with, read back the comments of the last episode.
See, now aren't most of them going to be "Where's Forrest?"
Yeah, probably. That is like top comment all the time.
or "Get on with it"? I think it's worth mentioning. This is not a podcast with Forrest.
No.
It's on the Wild Times channel.
Yeah.
But it's us, and the whole point of it is that it is kind of a little bit waffly.
Can we call it the Wild Times Network, do you think?
Yeah, the Wild Times Network, and maybe we should change this to Animal Waffle.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you know what I mean. And I don't know if our transatlantic viewers are familiar with the phrase waffle. I know you have waffles, but
Yeah.
waffling on, just
Talking a load of waffle.
talking a lot of crap.
Yeah.
That's the point. So when you say get on with it, this is us getting on with it.
I think it's Andrea Silk. Definitely a great podcast with lots of laugh and fun animal content. Hey?
Love that, Andrea.
Hey?
Thank you very much.
What a comment.
Love
Here we
that.
go. Barefoot Bubba, you ready? I
Go.
love this pod from you guys. Keep up the good work.
We're gonna have to do a bad one now to balance this out, because I feel like we can't do a section of the podcast where we just praise ourselves.
Well, I don't know actually, because I'm not seeing any bad ones in here.
That's because you delete them all, innit?
Shh. I genuinely can't see them though. Like,
I'll take that. Right, okay. I don't think we should dwell on that too long. If you are enjoying it, or if there's stuff you want to see us do, if it's nice, leave it in the comments. We'll maybe read it out in the next one.
So someone did actually say the shiny segment was so good. How does that make you feel?
Well, I think it's interesting that the last two podcasts have led with my section. The Yeti, which is clearly real, and the shiny. I think I'm carrying this thing, mate.
Oh, I don't get carried away. Like, no, I mean,
Still on probation, ain't I?
You're doing really well though. I think we've hired you like part time now.
Yeah,
I think
part-time.
the probation we can sort of like push to one side.
Right, okay.
Yeah, for now anyway. And then obviously there is one comment that says Forest ? So
no, sorry. There's loads of Forest podcasts that come out on this channel every week, just not this one.
yeah, it's not this one. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Get that in early on.
yeah, we have to say that. Also,
We do love Papa Forest, though.
Oh, Big Daddy
All
Forest.
hail
yeah.
Papa Forest.
Did
Thank you for bringing us in.
Did you see actually? He got struck by lightning.
I did not see this.
Yeah.
No, he got struck by lightning.
Yeah, he was. I don't know where he was.
Hang
It was
on.
like some.
Is he okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Like, he was in some like jungle territory thing in water. I think looking for like alligators or something. Don't quote me on it. I don't know the context behind it. But
The water got struck.
He's in water, and as he's there and he's doing his like piece to camera, this big bolt of lightning comes on behind him, and you can see like his reaction is very much like you know when you've been
Twitch,
electrocuted.
yeah.
an
Go on,
electrocution.
do it again. Show me.
So he gives it that, and then he's out.
It looks
But-
like some of your dance moves. That I like that.
a little shuffle. But he's.
Woo-hoo.
But it's just honestly, it's mad. Like
That is crazy.
it's like scary because it was really
That's
close to him
terrifying.
as well, and obviously it's really loud, and he must have felt it being in the water and stuff. I don't know. Look, don't know much about like science and.
But you know what? Papa Forest can't be. What was I going to say? Can't be struck down by lightning.
No, he can't. Obviously, evidently,
Evidently.
it's on camera.
Only he could survive that.
Only he.
Big up Papa Forest.
Big up Daddy Forest. So we've got Spotify. We're on Spotify, John.
Yeah, we should actually do that. I also was aware that last week we did a whole section which involved the shiny animals, which was maybe not Spotify friendly, but we are on Spotify, and we're going to do our best this week to make sure that we give a better audio description of anything that comes up on the screen as well. Okay?
We don't actually need to, John. Do you know why?
Go on.
Videos are on Spotify. What? Hey, the videos are there as well, so you can listen and watch it if you would like to.
Excellent. Well, that's good stuff. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good doo-doo.
We could do audio descriptions if you like, but people could just look at their phones or something. Do you know what I mean?
In it. Yeah, that's true.
In it.
Yeah.
That's very British, actually.
I've not said in it in years, by the way. I just chucked that in because I also noticed that people are surprised we're British. Yeah. So I quite like that.
In it, bruv.
In it, though.
Do you know what? That dropped your age by about 5 years, I reckon.
You reckon? Mm-hmm. I think it probably increased it. I don't think people say in it anymore.
I say in it all the time.
Well,
does that show it?
Yeah.
Right, anyway, John, do you know what it's time for?
Is it for the news?
It's time for... Have you got the jingle ready?
So, right.
Yeah, go on. Jingle.
The first jingle, you were like, what is going on? This is rubbish. The next one, you said, this is too long. This is overproduced.
Way too long.
I've gone for something in the middle here. This is 16 seconds. Last one was 28. So I've trimmed a good 12 seconds off.
I'm interested, yes.
Right. Now, with the first one, obviously, the joke was how underwhelming it was, right?
Yeah.
The second one, I was just sort of messing around. But this one, I genuinely thought, actually, let's try and make something that can last and something which flexes, because I do actually quite enjoy making music, so something that flexes that a little bit. So
here we go.
I've made this.
Here we go.
Here we go.
The news.
Oh!
The news.
Oh!
The news.
Oh!
The news.
Oh!
The news. The news.
Mate.
There we go.
That is an upgrade.
So there we go. So, you know, I took quite a long time. When I was in Cornwall, I spent 2 days in isolation on the beach, and I was just imagining, I was just like taking in all the soundscapes, the waves. I was just getting inspired by nature, saw the dolphins, and and in a moment of euphoria, that came to me. So hopefully that can last going forward. And that's my
trippy beat, mate.
Yeah.
Trippy beat.
My
That's
pièce
what
de
that is.
résistance, that.
Right then, ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Oh, that went everywhere.
Yeah, I was about to say,
The
getting
news.
Coke all over the controls there.
Oh dear.
Did I say
no
Coke?
one saw that.
Yeah.
Right, go on then. What we got? The news.
Well, first of all, I wasn't sure whether to bring this one up. I'm going to pop this one in. It's not in my notes, but I was thinking about it on my way in. The reason I didn't put this in is because I didn't fully understand what it meant. But considering you're the thylacine guy, I'm just going to briefly mention this.
Yeah.
Did you see that the thylacine has become the first ever extinct animal where they've done an RNA sequence?
What's one of them?
Well, this is why I didn't bring it up, because I don't really understand what RNA is, but what I do know is that it's meant to decay in animals like minutes after they die, and I know that it's got something to do with what genes are active in cells, but I don't really understand it fully, so that's why I wasn't going to bring it up. But I just also thought, considering how much content you've done about the thylacine, that it'd be worth bringing up, because it still seems impressive that it's the first ever extinct animal that they've been able to do this with. So it's something, right?
Yeah, you and I think are the same with this. I don't know anything about it.
No.
I don't even know what RNA means.
No.
Then again, John, I don't know what DNA means.
So this is a flex here. I got a wife, right?
Woo! 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 Go on, son.
She this is a double flex. She went to Oxford. She studied biomedical sciences.
Ooh.
I asked her what RNA was. She explained it really eloquently, and I didn't understand it. I just looked at her blank faced, like her science mind and her describing it to me, and me just being like,
just wood.
Yeah. Yeah, but it seems significant, so I'll bring it up. But the animal news, do you know what? When I first started researching this week, it was all grim. There was a guy who was gored to death in a Spanish running of the Bull Festival in Valencia. There was an alligator in Florida that was found with a woman's remains in its mouth, and I was like,
that's a bit grim.
I was like, oh my God, it's all quite dour this week. But then I found something about animals that are that can detect emotion and studying about animals that might be able to detect emotion. So experts believe that pets like dogs and cats and even horses are quite good at picking up human emotions.
I would say so.
So that's usually quite agreed. But researchers and psychologists at Nottingham Trent University are studying zoo animals to try and see if they have the same responses as those animals. Which animal do you think they thought was the best to study? So just to say, this study hasn't been concluded yet, but what animal do you think that they've chosen to study?
I would have gone for an elephant, based on intelligence and from what seems like a maternal animal, like a caring animal. That's what I would go for, is an elephant.
An elephant is good. Let me give you another one. Let me give you another chance though.
Yeah.
What animal is really highly attentive and in a lot of zoos has lots of opportunities to interact with people?
Otters.
Okay.
Meerkats.
Meerkats.
Got
there
it.
we go.
I got
Third
it.
time lucky.
Get in.
So they're studying meerkats.
Yeah.
Because obviously, so humans are sensitive to emotion. And like they can pick it up quite easily. If you're happy, I'll probably be happy. If you're with an anxious person, there's a good chance you feel anxious.
Call someone a brummie, they get really annoyed about it.
Yeah, but they're trying to figure out what the animal-human interaction is. So when people go to zoos, how much do their emotions affect the animals in the zoo? So it's a 3-year study. It's only just started. Watch this space. But I thought that was kind of interesting.
That is interesting. I wonder what the outcomes will be of that. Like, I wonder if we'll have a deeper understanding of actual different animals out in the world and
what implications that might have for areas like zoos as well. You know, and their how the human emotion affects the animals in the zoo. What does that mean for whether or not certain animals are appropriate for zoo environments and that sort of thing?
Yeah, for sure. It'd be really interesting. So it's going to take a few years to sort of get that study back, is it?
Yeah. Do you want something that's a bit more recent? Something that has happened now?
Yeah.
Right. Have you ever seen those anti-bird spike things on buildings?
I hate them with a passion.
Yeah, go on.
Every
Why's
time
that?
I just see it and I think that's cruel. Recently, my partner Katie, her neighbour decided to put one on his fence. He's not a wildlife guy at all. He doesn't like it. He likes his garden prim and proper. He doesn't like anything coming inside it, and he's got pigeons that sit on the fence, and then he hates it. So he put up bird spikes. And I was like, how sad and lonely must you be as a person? How much of a knobhead must you be as a person to do that? I hate them.
So. So he's putting them up because presumably he feels they're quite effective.
Man doesn't like pigeons,
yeah.
So he gets them up. They've got other uses, right? Fine, cool, but for birds, hate it. Go on.
So obviously they're put up. They're used to stop. They're put up on buildings and stuff, usually to stop birds either nesting there and also to stop crap and stuff, especially in big cities and whatever.
Yeah.
Nests have been recovered from trees in Rotterdam in the Netherlands and Antwerp in Belgium that are made entirely of the anti-bird spikes.
No way, really?
Yeah, they've been made into. So not only
That's
have
sick.
birds figured out a way to circumnavigate them, but they're
Yeah.
actually now using them as a resource for themselves. Which birds do you think are doing it?
Well, I'm gonna guess pigeons, but I'd be surprised by pigeons actually. Seagulls maybe. I don't know what seagulls actually nest in. To be fair, what other birds we got? Maybe but let's just go pigeons.
Where they're being built by one of them's been so there's been 4 that have been recovered in total. So there's been one in let me get this right. There's one in Rotterdam, one in Antwerp. So and basically what happened there is they were brought into the Natural History Museum in Rotterdam, and the guy there who runs it went down a Google rabbit hole and tried to figure out where other ones were. The guy's name, it might be a girl, sorry, Kees Molliker, the Natural History Museum director, and he said, I didn't inspect any of these anti-bird spikes are meant to deter birds, they're supposed to scare them off, but on the contrary, these birds just utilise them. And he found out that there was there was one in Glasgow and then another in the Netherlands. That's 4 nests in total. One of them, the one in Rotterdam, was built by crows.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, crows is a bit better, isn't it?
And the other 3 are built by magpies.
Oh, cool! Shiny objects and that.
Are you able to get up this the slideshow? I've once again created a very high production.
It says it. I can see it. You ready?
Yeah.
Talk. You.
No, you should be producing whilst I'm talking, really, shouldn't you? Yeah.
It's difficult. Right, here we go. Get that over there.
High production edition. Here it is.
It's coming.
Click the slideshow thing on the top right.
What am I doing? Okay, here we go.
Right, so once again, the news, high production edition.
Flipping it. That's hard work, you know. You know when there's two of us, it's really hard to do the producing. I just want to get that across.
But the next picture, this one here,
yeah.
that is the nest. Now, do you know what's crazy about this?
Hey, that's like...
The magpies have not only made the nest out of the anti-bird spikes, but they are actually using the spikes for their intended purpose. They are using them on the roof of their nests to deter other birds and weasels and stuff.
How weird is that? That's really cool, isn't it?
That's really cool, isn't it?
Look at the state of it as well, by the way. That's like a real gothic sort of bird nest.
Yeah, that's pretty hardcore. That's quite metal, isn't it? Like
that is literally
that's quite metal.
Have you got another one?
I've got lots. Do you want to do another one?
Yeah. What? So am I pressing right or something?
Come back to Come back to us now. No, we don't have another picture. No.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Cool yourself.
Yeah.
You've obviously heard of Dave Brooker.
Yeah.
Dave Brooker, you know, 56.
Yeah.
From Maidstone.
Yeah.
You've heard about him, haven't you?
Yeah, big time.
And you know about his unusual pet.
Yeah, very unusual.
It's called Trouble version 2 or T2 for short.
Right, yeah.
You've seen the pet, haven't you?
No. Yes,
yeah, no. At Tesco, he sometimes feeds it Scotch egg meat. It's been seen by all the locals doing that. You seen this?
Yeah.
Remind me again, what was the pet again?
T2.
T2.
The crocodile.
It's a turkey. Huh? This guy is walking around Maidstone in Kent with a pet turkey.
What's he doing that for?
So apparently, he is a turkey. He farms turkeys, or their eggs more specifically. And T2's mother, Trouble, the original Trouble, laid about 12 eggs, and then it was really cold, and the first two, when they hatched, died. So he took the rest in when they were hatching and looked after them. When he went to put them all back under their mother, the first one that hatched, T2, didn't want to go back under and just followed him round. Now assumes that this Dave is that Dave. Sorry, just realised how funny it is that there's a bloke called Dave who's got a turkey as a pet. Thought that he was his mother. So now he walks around everywhere in Maidstone in Kent with a turkey as a pet, and he can apparently usually be seen in the White Horse pub. What do you reckon T2's favourite packet of crisps is?
I'm gonna say Walker's salt and vinegar.
Close, cheese and onion.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Flippin' loves it, mate.
So there's a guy. I don't even know if this is like good content or not, but there's a guy in Kent.
It's interesting to know.
Who's got a turkey. Yeah. And I thought it was just fun.
Well, I mean, how weird. Imagine being sat at a pub and you know, like a typical English pub setting where like there's an open pork scratchings on the table. You've got like Big Dave over here. You've got Chaz. You've got Bill, and then you've got T2 sat at the table. With
Do you know what I was thinking about it? I was thinking like. It just got me thinking, like, what pet would you draw the line at being seen in a pub?
Yeah, because that's quite an outward. Like that's a weird one. There. That's a weird one.
But you wouldn't leave the pub. No, you'd maybe go up to him and go, "Is that a turkey, mate?"
Yeah, I mean, if I saw like an emu in there, I'd be like, flipping next to you. What's he doing?
What animal would you be comfortable taking to a pub?
Oh, I'd take anything. I wouldn't be bothered. I don't think. Maybe. Carnivorous big ones, I wouldn't be taking to a pub. No big cats
in there?
No. Well, I might take a leopard if I could control it. You know what I mean? Yeah, if I had like a lead on it and that, then yeah, I'd take a leopard. I would take a lot of things into a pub, I think, because I don't really like attention when I go out, but if I wanted some, do you know what I mean? I'm taking a flipping weird animal, mate. A wallaby would be my preferred choice in this country for sure, absolutely.
A wallaby to a pub?
Yeah, why not? What would you take?
Fish.
What, on a lead or
no? On a lead, but in a fishbowl.
But he's gonna drag it around and that while it's flapping about. Just a little. What sort of fish? Or just a little goldfish?
Just little goldfish.
Just in a little circular
just
bowl.
With a tiny little collar.
Little round
in
bowl.
a bowl. And I chuck in a cheese and onion crisp. No one come for me. I'm not doing this.
You would look mental.
But yeah, Dave Brooker doesn't eat turkey anymore at Christmas.
No, fair play.
That's the only sort of downside of this.
Well, I suppose when his turkey does, like T2 does cop it, he can, can't he?
Yeah,
or
I guess
just
so.
give it someone else for Christmas and that.
I've got another one for you. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
This was a TikTok trend, so you may have seen this week. Oh. Now you're going to need to produce again. Get me back to that PowerPoint presentation.
All right.
Hey, Brosters, thank you for being loyal subscribers. We appreciate everything that you do, and now we have a membership offer for you.
I think you can get ad-free episodes, I heard.
That's pretty big.
Ad-free's big, but you can also get your comments looked at, so we don't have to sift through the millions.
How do you do that?
There.
Is there some sort of badge system?
There's a badge system, a loyalty badge. Boom. Shows up next to your name in the comments. Boom. We read the comment.
All this badge talks make. I'm going to the badge store.
He's going to
You're
get
a
a badge.
badger.
He's gonna buy one. Didn't earn it. He's gonna buy one.
He did a fake leave.
I assumed Kyle would know to cut
Embarrassing.
on the motion.
All right, let's cut now. That's our ad.
Oh, hold on, everybody.
Right.
Oh,
Now.
Oh,
no, what's he doing?
Oh.
No.
yeah.
Right, now,
I'm
before
on.
you click across, right.
I've done it. Go on.
No, okay.
Yeah.
You have to tell me. So this was a TikTok trend, right?
Yeah.
And it was by someone called Mia Yillin.
Right.
I don't know if I'm saying that right. Mia Yillin. And basically, she was saying that this image can help tell you what kind of friend you are.
Oh.
So it basically is an image, and you have to tell me what animal you see first, and I can tell you what that means about you as a friend.
Okay.
Obviously, it's nonsense, but let's
Right, let's do it for the audience as well, yeah?
Yeah, go for
Okay,
it.
so let's get the bird spikes out of the way. You ready? We're skipping over. I have just seen a lion, I think.
right.
So I've got the eyes at the top, in the middle, and that's where I'm getting like
just
a
whilst we're
lion.
there, what else can you see?
I can see a zebra on the right. I can see like a butterfly-looking thing. What else can I see?
It's
a whale tail.
It's pretty much just the lion and zebra. So basically, if you see the zebras first,
Yeah.
Mia says, you're great at making small talk and forming friendships. You always know what others want to hear, and as a result, can bend them to your will.
Right. Okay. What?
So that's probably good that you didn't see that, because that's
I'm not a manipulator. Yeah.
But it says, whenever you're struggling, you don't like to tell others unless they're close friends and family. So that's what happens if you see the zebras first.
Right. So wait, hold on. There's only two. There's only a
There's
zebra
only
or a
two,
lion.
zebra or lion.
So why am I seeing a whale tail and a butterfly? What's going on there?
Oh, it's because of that stuff you were doing before the podcast, mate.
What? Go on then.
If you saw the lion
yeah.
first, then while you're someone who likes to hang out with friends every once in a while, deep down, you're more of an introvert.
Oh, mad.
And cherish your alone time. You rarely raise your voice against others because you understand that simply being loud doesn't achieve anything. Isn't that nice?
Would you say that about me or?
Nah, you raise your voice all the time. As soon as the podcast's off, all you do is yell.
I need to be corner brummy. I reckon.
Yeah.
But that's actually quite interesting because I would say that about myself. Like I am introverted, big time introverted. Not in this format, but normally massive introvert. What about you? Were you a zebra?
I saw the lion first.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you strike me as more of a zebra.
But the reason, excuse me. I tell you what, if I could manipulate you, I'd manipulate a bit more money out of you for this.
You getting paid?
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But I think you're always going to see the lion first because the big eye's there and it's in the centre of the picture, and also there's only one or two things and there's only one or two options, so it's clearly nonsense, but I thought it'd be a bit of fun.
Wow, it made me feel good about myself, I can't lie.
And that concludes the news.
Now don't forget the sponsor of this podcast is MPB, the largest global platform where you can buy, sell and trade used photography and videography equipment. Whatever suits your need, get over to mpb.com, sort yourself a deal.
Do you want to play a game though?
Yeah, of course, John. I'm always here for games.
So this isn't a news game, but I've come up with a new jingle for it.
Yeah, you got a jingle for this as well.
Yeah.
Flipping it, you've been busy.
This one took me a bit longer to make than the other one. Yeah, it was. I wanted in this one to show off my singing ability.
Oh no. Okay.
Because so this is a cappella. This one.
Oh no.
But this is a section called "What is David Attenborough on about?" So let me play the jingle, and then we'll go from there. So
Like an innuendo bingo.
this is "What is David Attenborough on about?"
Go for it.
What is he on about? What is he on about? David Attenborough, what is he on about? What is he on about? What is he on about? David Attenborough, what is he on about? What is he on about? What is he on about? David Attenborough, what is he on about? What is he on about? What is he on about? David Attenborough, what is he on about?
Yeah. So it's called "What is he on about?" David Attenborough. What is he on about? Which is also a good title, I thought. What is David Attenborough on about? I'm going to pull this face now so you can use it in the thumbnail. If you are an audio listener only, that was me shrugging and looking confused. David Attenborough, what is he on about?
Right, that was good. Yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, really, very much so.
So as you can see there, that was me showing off my singing voice.
Yeah.
And showing off a bit more vocal range in that one.
Really enjoyed it.
So I've got 8 animals here.
Yeah, go on.
I've got little clips of him talking about 8 different animals. They've been cut a little bit because there was music and stuff, and to make it a little bit more digestible.
Yeah, no copyright claimed here, yeah?
Exactly. 8 animals. I want you to tell me what the animal is, if you can guess it. And then if you can guess it, I'm going to give you a fun little fact about that animal, which I don't think you'll know. Or you might know, but...
and what if I don't guess it? Do we not get the
I'll
animal?
just do the fact anyway, won't I?
Go on then.
I've written the facts down, so I'm not going to pretend that's not there.
Go on then, what we got? What's the first one?
Right. Once again, this is not the high production edition because this isn't plugged in, and really we should be wearing headphones so that we can boost the audio. So I'm going to hold it up to here.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to be quiet whilst I'm doing it in case it's not that loud.
John's low production game.
You ready?
Yes. Here we go.
In this tree, there is one of the most extraordinary plant predators. It's one animal that I don't need to sneak up on. Ooh, this extraordinary creature is half blind, half deaf, and this is just about as fast as it can move.
So there you go. That was Attenborough describing a half-blind, half-deaf creature, which you didn't have to creep up on. And if you ever find this clip online, you might have heard that he says boo. It's quite funny. He goes up to it and goes, boo!
It's actually a really sweet video clip, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, you've seen this, have you?
Yeah,
this one you've got.
Yeah, it's a sloth, isn't it?
It's a sloth.
It's a sloth.
Or sleuth. Or
I don't know what
sleuth?
they call it. Sloth is fine. Sloth. You know it is. Yeah.
This one you probably do know. This is the one this is the fact I reckon you might know, but they only poop once a week. And are very particular about where they do it. They always do it on the forest floor, usually in the same spot. So they have to travel down a tree, which for them takes ages and a lot of energy. Travel down, do their business, right back up. They could do it from the tree. They
That's
could do
weird,
it hanging.
though, isn't it?
They don't need to do that.
Yeah, why can't they just let it splat along the floor and all that? Do you know what I mean? Like, why can't they just like drop a bomb from the tree?
Consider it. Maybe they're worried about who's below them. But
if I was a sloth, mate, I would not be considerate in that.
I've seen you in a tree pooping, so I know you wouldn't go down to the bottom.
In talking about animal feces,
go on.
Something. Obviously, I'm going to New Zealand soon, and there's an animal I really want to see called the takahe.
Mm-hmm.
Was an extinct bird at one point, and it was rediscovered, and its population's really low. But I found out recently they can poo up to 9 meters of poo per day.
That's a lot of poo. That's close to me. That's a lot.
9 meters, like in length, the poo. 9 meters of poo.
I tell you what, we need to figure out if we do an animal battle how we can use that, how we can utilize that.
Well, I'm just going to sit it in a tree and just fire poo chunks at you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much?
9 meters. Yeah, I think that's just out of reach of the blue whale penis as well.
Yeah,
maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't remember now.
Firing nuggets at you, like that's a lot, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. I was like, surely that's wrong. It's not wrong.
Right. Well, we're talking a lot of crap here. Let's get to the next one. See what I did there. Right. What are we doing? Are we just holding hands?
No. What are you doing?
Is that what you wanted?
Don't do that. It's for the joke. You're talking a lot of crap. We're talking. What's going on here? This took a weird turn.
Right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
As they rub, each leaves an individual and recognizable scent. So the tree soon carries a list of who's around, which might help individuals to avoid a fight.
Oh, I don't know.
So they're leaving scent on trees.
Yeah.
By rubbing on them.
Yeah.
And it's helping them ward off individuals. It's not the only reason why they rub against trees, actually, if you need more of a hint.
So I think that hint is going to make me say bears.
It's a bear, mate.
It's a bear.
Bears.
So you gave it away. I was going with cats.
They actually rub on there to get their winter coat off. They're rubbing their fur off and stuff, and they get itchy and stuff. Yeah. But I saw black bears and grizzly bears last year.
Yeah, in Canada. Yeah, big up. How was that?
So it was really good fun, and I was on this little wildlife tour to see the black bears on Vancouver Island, and I learned something about them, which is my fact. So this one's off the top of the dome.
Oh my god! Hit me with the knowledge.
So before they go into hibernation, they eat rocks and stones and stuff.
What?
To block up their bowels, so that they don't have to crap during hibernation, and they call it a fecal plug. which
how
I
weird.
thought would be a really good name for a metal band.
Yeah,
Fecal
big
plug.
time.
Fecal plug. I think it would be good. But yeah, that was my fact.
That was good, yeah.
You like that,
All
yeah?
of that, yeah.
You
all
enjoyed
of it.
that?
Every single bit, yeah.
Fecal.
That's really weird, though, isn't it? I thought it'd be to like grind up the food in their stomach or something, but no, it's just to block themselves,
Yeah.
like an Imodium for bears.
Yeah, they basically just bung themselves up with rocks.
Yeah.
Because then what they do is I can't remember what it was called now, but then afterwards they dig out the roots of this particular plant, which I can't remember what it's called right now, which they eat as soon as they come out of hibernation. It acts as a laxative to empty out the thing. And when the hibernation season ends, you can see where they've dug up this particular weed. I can't remember what it's called now.
But it's like a laxative, and then they just fire it out.
It was really cool.
This is very crappy, isn't it? This part of the show, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the same pun again, though. You should have come up with something else then. That's bullshit.
Right.
Right, there we go.
There we go. Language, Jonathan.
You ready for another one? Are we allowed to say that? No idea.
Yeah,
we just did, didn't I?
We'll allow it. Go on,
Here we
then.
go.
Let's go.
Too lightweight to jump on top, she must trip her prey. Missed, but having timed her run to perfection, she still has energy to try again.
Ooh.
So, that's an animal which is too light to tackle its prey, so it trips it instead. In the clip, it misses, but it didn't matter because it's quick enough to go and get it again.
So I know cheetahs do that. Cheetahs, they have like this like claw higher up. So they've got their claws, and there's another one higher up that they use to swipe and catch stuff. One of them did it to me in New Zealand, actually, in 2018.
What, a cheetah tackled you?
It didn't tackle me, but it licked my arm.
Okay.
It tried to trip me. So it's like, so I was in Wellington Zoo. They had these two cheetah, which were raised from.
And one of them looked at you and was like, I'm going to eat that guy.
I'm going to batter this idiot. Yeah, so like, sat down on this log, and then these cheetahs start walking into this enclosure, and I'm like, oh, flipping heck. I'm eye level with the cheetah, and that's the first time I've ever really done something like that. And I was like, oh, this is a bit, I don't like it. I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah.
They were fine, right? They're big cats, innit? Just like nice little kitty cats. But they get a little bit playful. One was licking my arm, and it's like the sensation of its tongue licking my arm was really weird because it's like sandpaper.
Yeah, cats have got rough tongues, haven't they?
Really weird, yeah. And I was thinking it was going to be nice. It wasn't.
No, because they're designed so that they can lick meat off of bones.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So at the time, didn't register that. I thought it'd be really nice. Wasn't.
No.
So yeah, and they're all like having a great time playing. They get treats for doing this and all that sort of stuff. And then, as we're sort of like getting up to go, one of them, as I'm walking, just swipes my leg. Like not like harmfully or anything like that. It's
instinctively
like
almost.
Yeah, like a playful sort of, have a bit of that. And I didn't trip up and fall over, but it had a go, and it has this like sort of like thing just high, if we call it a wrist, just high up on its like arm.
Yeah, cat wrist.
Give it a bit of a clout, yeah.
So are you saying cheetah?
I'm going to guess cheetah, yeah.
It is a cheetah.
I thought so.
And if you'd have been moving faster, you would have fallen.
Yeah, I really would have, because they were like, it's a good little mechanism they've got there.
You probably know my cheetah fact then if you've been face to face with them, but here it is.
Yeah, go on.
Cheetahs don't roar.
They purr like helicopters.
They don't roar. I just thought that was fun.
Yeah, so I think that's a big cat thing. So I think all the big cats can roar.
Yeah.
And if you're not a big cat, you can't roar. I might be wrong, but I think it's something like that. So like your lions, your tigers. I think snow leopards might not be able to actually. But then you've got what are the other ones? Leopards, jaguars. They can all sort of like roar and have that big like sound, whereas all the other cats can't do that. So ocelots,
cool.
servals, caracals, they can't do that roar, and obviously cheetahs as well.
There we go. Big up. By the way, I hope you're playing along. If you're getting these, let us know in the comments because there's a few more to come. And also, if you're watching this on the live stream, get involved with your guesses. Right, you ready for this one?
Yeah. Here we go.
Males use their sense of smell to find out if a female is sexually available.
Oh.
And will court her for several days.
Several
Having
days.
found one who seems to be promising, a male stays close to her side to try and ensure that he and no other male mates with her. The most dominant male is likely to be the one to father most of the next generation, and that is something worth fighting for.
Okay.
It's also fight, but it's just play boxing, a way of learning skills that will be important in later life.
Play boxing.
That was the clue there.
That was a clue.
That was the clue.
Now,
there. And I beeped out the word for what was play boxing.
right. Okay. So my mind went to kangaroos, and then it went to hares.
It's tough, that.
That is tough. That is for several days. I'm just gonna look. I don't think I'm right, but I'm gonna go with a hare.
Okay.
Yeah. What is it?
Grey kangaroo, mate.
Oh no! So that's where I went straight away. I was like, yeah, kangaroo, because boxing, obviously,
Yeah.
given all that, but then hares box as well.
Yeah, I know. I thought
Yeah.
that would be a little bit of a red herring there, but I also thought it might, if you were like miles away, it'd bring it down to just
Yeah,
two.
for sure. Yeah, and you smashed that. So like, grey kangaroos then.
Yeah.
Seen some of them. Lovely animals.
This is a general kangaroo fact. This is not just grey kangaroos. They are primarily left-handed.
What? That's weird, isn't it?
Just weird.
Why is that a thing?
Just when they do their grooming and stuff, they just favour their left hands.
I've never actually noticed, but that's like, it makes me want to go look at a kangaroo.
They're
and be like,
primarily
"What then?"
left-handed. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to do my own science experiment watching kangaroos groom themselves. That sounds weird. But I just want to see what they do, which hand they use. That's a bizarre fact.
4 down. Is that 4 down? Hang on. Yes, that is. And you've got 3 so far out of the 4, so you're doing pretty well.
I'm actually doing all right.
And actually, you were quite close on that last one. You did say kangaroo, but
that was my go-to, and then I bottled it.
so this clip is interesting. This
Yeah.
next one. So this is Attenborough sort of recently narrating over a clip of him where he's in his like 20s.
Oh.
So you're going to hear young Attenborough and old Attenborough in this clip.
Okay. He sounds so different. It's really weird.
I'm trying to remember what I'd learned in West Africa, and I've picked up a sack and tried to throw it over an animal's head. Very inexpertly, I must say. I was nowhere near her head, but I was quite nervous after all. But eventually I managed to throw it over the animal's head and grasp it by the neck. It's important to grab his tail as soon as you grab his head. Otherwise, he'll wrap his great coils round you and give you a very nasty squeeze.
It's probably a snake, hasn't it?
So there was a couple of clues in there. He was like trying to remember what he learnt in West Africa.
Yeah.
In this clip, he's trying to get this particular animal, and he is throwing a sack over its head, and then eventually gets it, and he grabs it by the neck, and then holds it by the tail, and he doesn't want it to give you a bad squeeze.
So I'm assuming it's a snake. I actually think I've seen the video, but I've got an image of David Attenborough young, which the girls love, by the way.
He
was big time handsome.
He's still a fitty, but he was back then. He was woo.
He's a
Attenborough,
chef's kiss,
Yeah, there we
definitely.
go.
So I think I've seen the video.
Yep.
I can't remember what it is, but I'm just going to guess it's a snake.
It is a snake.
Big up.
I was looking specifically. It's a non-venomous snake, if that helps.
Yeah.
It's a python.
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 Yeah, that'll do.
That'll do.
Snake wins it.
I'll give you that. I'll give you a half point there. You're on 3.5.
Yeah, snake fact.
Snake fact. Oh, I have a python fact. Where is it? Sorry, you're right.
I want the facts, Jonathan.
This is actually terrifying, this one. Baby pythons survive on their own as soon as they're hatched.
Straight away.
Isn't that terrifying? That
Just
they are
literally,
just
bang, you're out.
They're out and they're just natural born
Imagine
killers.
humans having to do that.
No, yeah, that would be ridiculous.
Imagine.
There you go, and then just walk off.
Just drop it.
But they're killing things and eating and whatever
straight
from
away.
the get-go.
That's mental, isn't it? When you think about it in the animal world, there's not many things that can do that.
That fact is terrifying. More terrifying than a fecal plug.
Yeah, imagine if they were massive as well.
Well, they get massive, don't they?
They do, but imagine if they come out massive, like straight away, like huge babies, and they've just got this, like, they're all temperamental and all that. Crazy.
Next one?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go. Should we call this the last one?
In the forest to serve as his concert platform.
I know it.
To persuade females to come close and admire his plumes, he sings the most complex song he can manage. And he does that by copying the songs of all the other birds he hears around him, such as the kookaburra.
Yeah, I know this. It's
We've both seen these, haven't we? Yeah.
Superb lyrebird, yeah.
It was a superb lyrebird.
Not just any lyrebird, a superb one.
Displaying male superb lyrebird is on the back of an Australian 10-cent coin.
Yep, I've got it. I've got the coin, seen the birds. They're wicked. It was in Melbourne, Sherbrooke Forest.
Yep.
And I went with this lovely lady called Jan. She was in her mid-70s and she was like fit as a butcher's dog, like the nicest, Aussiest woman going, and legend. She led us around looking for lyrebirds, heard them, chased after them, saw them, filmed them, got a video, loved it, best time. Lyrebirds are wicked, mate. It was a bucket list thing for me, that was.
There we go.
Loved it.
Do you want more? There's 2 more, or do you want to leave it?
Nah, smash it out. Go on.
Go
2
on.
more. Yeah, let's
Here
do
we
it.
go.
Let's do it.
Look how human her hand is. The skill with which she picks things up. The way that she can grasp a tool like that. The way she uses her brain to imitate what she's seen others doing.
Okay, so you've picked this one because of the last podcast.
Yep.
It's the orangutan, isn't it?
It
Using a
is
saw.
the orangutan.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
exactly what it was. It was the clip of it using the saw.
Yeah, that's really good, yeah.
A third of orangutans don't have a nail on their big toe.
Why?
I don't know, but I just thought that the facts I told you would be random. There would be ones that I didn't think you'd know. A third of orangutans don't have a tail on their big toe. Don't have a reason for that. Just know that that's the case.
They don't have a nail on their big toe. That's so weird, isn't it? Imagine we didn't have that. What? So is it just like skin just going over? There's no nail. It's just skin.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird, isn't it? When I'm thinking about it, because like I don't like that.
What are you looking for? Were you looking at your toes then? You're wearing shoes, right? You are wearing...
No.
Oh, God, he's got his toes out.
No, I was looking at something else.
Oh.
So it's no, I'm not going to say it. But so that was that's a weird one. I don't like that.
Have you always been naked from the waist down when we do these?
Well, yeah,
I'm so confused.
we only film from top upwards, so I don't really need the bottom half on.
Right, okay. Well, I'm glad it wasn't a rule that you made me just do it by myself.
It's
So
warm,
fine.
you know.
Right, last one.
Yeah,
This is toughy at the end, but I reckon you might get this.
I'll smash it, mate. Play it.
Until human beings devised weapons for themselves, this was the most powerful killer on Earth, the top predator. Few creatures could escape it. Nothing could threaten it. But that has now changed.
Oh,
The top predator on Earth.
polar bear. Polar bear. I'm going in there. It's
You're
got to
going
be.
in there?
Yeah, because they hunt humans. It's either them or crocodiles. And if you encounter a crocodile one-on-one, you could run away from it. On land, you run away from it. If you encounter a polar bear one-on-one, you're dead. You're not going to win. You're dead. So I would, or tiger, but I'm gonna say it's a polar bear.
You were so close at the end there. It's the Siberian Tiger.
Ah, what a load of waffle, man!
Are you accusing David Attenborough of waffling?
Come on, like a polar bear is going to clap that to pieces.
A Siberian Tiger?
Yeah.
Well, apparently, do you want to know my fact though?
Yeah, go on.
This
tell
is
me
a
the
bit
fact.
similar to the python one.
Yeah.
Cubs start hunting from 8 months old.
Hey, that's crazy, isn't it?
Once again, terrifying.
Yeah, that is terrifying because they're the biggest tiger around as well.
Oh,
There's not
they're
many
big
of them
boys.
either. They're really,
And girls.
They're really sparse. I think there's only like 500 left in the wild or something like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, even the one that he was filming with was in an enclosure.
Yeah, for sure. Like, because I know in China there's only like 50. Like, not even that probably. But no, I want some sort of like retribution for that because a polar bear one-on-one with a Siberian tiger.
Hey, you're going to go and have this debate with Attenborough, not me. I am just presenting what David Attenborough was on about. And that concludes, what is he on about? What is he on about? David Attenborough, what is he on about? Right, come on.
Oh, I was going to join you in. So, leave that one for the comments. Polar bear versus Siberian tiger. Which one is winning?
You're coming across very Dwight Schrute at the moment.
Which one is winning? Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Yes.
So polar bears versus Siberian tigers. What wins? It's obviously a polar bear. All right?
Well, I'm with Attenborough.
What?
Yeah, the Yeti exists and the Siberian Tiger's the king predator.
All hail David. Big up. Right. We mentioned the takahe, an extinct animal that, it was an extinct animal. It's come back to life. Amazing. It's refound in...
Yeah, we talked about this, yeah.
In the Murchison Mountains in New Zealand after I think it was like 50 years of not being seen or something like that, or I probably got that wrong, but it was seen in the wild for the first time after a while. Populations now are about 200. They've just been re-released into the wild of New Zealand again around Queenstown.
Oh, nice.
Really, really
That's where you're
interesting.
going this year, isn't it? You're going to be in
Absolutely.
Queenstown running the marathon. If anyone's at the Queenstown Marathon this year...
Come give me a little tickle or something.
Yeah,
come say hello.
stand at the side with like sweets and something because you need that. When I did the marathon in Manchester, there was like kids out on the street with sweets, and I was like running past and shoving them in and carrying on.
If you stand at the side with food, I will definitely come and say hello. There is no doubt about it. So yeah, takahe been re-released near Queenstown,
Nice.
into some valley I can't remember the name of. But what I wanted to actually talk about was something from Australia, and then there are other things around. Right now, for me, if I hear the words extinct in the wild, hold on. What would you think that means, right? Extinct in the wild.
So, my guess is either there's completely none of them or no sightings for a long time, or maybe on some technicality the numbers are so low that they almost don't count as extincting.
So if I hear the word extinct in the wild,
Yeah.
my brain is instantly saying straight away,
There's none of them.
there's nothing.
That's
They're
it.
in captivity only. There are no animals.
Yeah, I think that's
in the
fair. I
wild.
think that's a reasonable
Doesn't-
interpretation of that.
Yeah, but like if we actually go on to Wikipedia to have a look at this, extinct in the wild is one that's been categorized by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, the IUCN, as known as living members kept in captivity or as a naturalized population outside its historical range due to massive habitat loss. So they can be extinct in the wild and live
In the wild.
in the wild.
Right.
How weird is that?
So is that to do with they're not in their natural habitat where they should be, or is there a number thing there as well?
No, that's literally it. So, like, let's say, for example, we've got a UK version where it's Chinese water deer, right? Chinese water deer are in the UK where they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But let's say over time the Chinese water deer population dies out in China.
Except for in the UK. Yeah, the only place where you can find them is in the UK.
Yeah, exactly. Then it would be in the UK. They'll be classed as extinct in the wild.
Right. Okay.
And it's like, well, they're not because they're in the UK. So I did some digging, did some research, and I was like, I want to know if there's other animals. I want to know if there's animals like classed as extinct in the wild that are actually in the wild.
Still going.
Yeah, because one of our Australian listeners, which he loved being referred to, Daniel Cool, he's
All right, Daniel.
He's a cool.
That was worse than last week.
That was pretty bad.
All right, Daniel, how you doing, mate?
How's it going?
How's it going, Daniel?
So Daniel,
Danny boy.
Daniel works like doing some environmental jobs. He's a pretty cool guy. Met him out in Australia. He sent me a picture of a scimitar horned oryx in the Northern Territory of Australia, wild.
Nice.
And there's a little bit of a backstory to it.
Go on.
So there's about 300 to 400 of them. This, by the way, extinct in the wild animal, living wild in Australia. So there used to be a zoo in the Northern Territory. I can't remember what the zoo's name was. The guy running it didn't do a very good job. He was quite lax in his sort of care of the animals. Eventually, he got ran out and like chased off by like the taxman and the government and all that sort of stuff. So he had to like flee the country. So he left everything there. His stuff was sold off, and one of the things that was like bought were the scimitar horned oryx, and now they're run by like a gamekeeper in this area, which is like half the size of Wales. So it's like 350,000 hectares or something stupid. It's massive. There's no fence, but these things live wild and free out in Australia's top end,
Nice.
just chilling. But like if you go on to the website, like you go onto Wikipedia, it will say scimitar horned oryx. Like if I show you just here, you can see the scimitar oryx just down the bottom.
Yep.
It's right there, listed extinct in the wild since 2000. But then, not only are they in Australia's
this
top
here.
end, what else does it say, John?
It says a herd of 21 was successfully released into the wild in Chad.
Which is their normal range, right?
Yeah.
So why is it still not a thing? But not only that, right? So the scimitar oryx is obviously it's in Australia where it shouldn't be. In captivity as well. There are loads of them in like Texas, for example. Like 10 or 12,000 of them.
Right.
I think free ranging rather than wild. And there's loads around like zoos and stuff. So in captivity they're fine.
Yeah.
But in the wild, very sort of limited. But there's like 500 of them now in Chad, which is their historical range.
Big up Chad.
But why is that not just critically endangered now?
Maybe it's just not been reevaluated yet.
That's really weird though, isn't it? Like, and from this, I found it really interesting. I was like, well, is there any more animals like this?
And down the rabbit hole he goes.
You know. So I went down this list, which you can probably tell because obviously there's like purple instead
Yeah, I
of
can see
blue.
which ones you've clicked on.
Yeah, so
Go on, take me through to the South China Tiger.
So that's an interesting one because that they've got some and they're trying to like train them for re-release and reintroduction back into certain areas, and it was going to happen before COVID. Obviously got delayed, but they're now looking at ways to try and put the South China Tiger back into the wild of China.
Nice.
But there are some here that I have got, and I've got like footage of with them still being alive. So one of the first ones I went for was the Dabry Sturgeon. So you can't see it on that. Oh no, it is. It's right at the very top. So Dabry Sturgeon, it says there, listed extinct in the wild since 2022.
Okay, so last year.
Yeah, so like obviously very.
So how
very,
recent is this footage then? Is it from this year?
This footage is from this year. Now, if I show you this, so can we see what's on the screen here?
Yes.
Right. So what we've got is a little video from. Look at that. These are all sturgeon.
Oh, right.
So we've got this like video here, and it's showing all of these like small sturgeon being like chucked back into the Yangtze Basin. Now, basically, what's happened to these sturgeon is like a few dams were put in. It cut off their migratory route, and essentially they've all just sort of like the population's just dropped off massively.
Right.
Over years, they've been like dumping loads more back in to try and repopulate it. I don't think you're allowed to commercially use these for like food or anything anymore. Over there anyway, but they've been chucking loads and loads back in, and they're not repopulating.
Right.
They can't seem to get them to do anything.
To do what they're meant to do.
Yeah. So I looked at it. This video is from what, June or something? Oh no,
March.
this is March. Yeah. So, but you can see throughout this video, if we like just skip it ahead, you can see all of these things like getting ready to go down.
I love
the slide.
this. Look at that.
Look at it.
So basically, what's happening here is it says at the top there's 200,000, by the way, 200,000 sturgeon being released like down a slide.
Yeah, literally down a slide
into the river. So that's
like an airport, like an airplane.
Yeah,
sort
that's
of
what it
landing
is. That's
gear
exactly what it looks like. An inflatable slide.
Yeah.
You've landed on water. Cross your arms like that and go down. Take your heels off so that you don't rip it.
Yeah.
And to be fair, none of those sturgeons are wearing heels.
No, true. So 200,000 sturgeon.
That's a lot.
Back into the wild.
Are they considered extinct because they're not doing what they're meant to do? Is it because there's a lot of human intervention there? What's going on?
So this part I couldn't really understand. I'm assuming because their reproduction rate is like 0%. I'm assuming they've been considered extinct because they're just not functionally extinct because they're just not reproducing. But for me, it's the terminology of extinct in the wild because they're not. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not. You can see them. 200,000 of them have just gone down a slide into the Yangtze Basin, and I'm like, do we need to change that? Because the wording's a bit misleading, isn't it?
I reckon in a few years' time, my hairline will be extinct in the wild, but human intervention could change that if I'm willing to spend the money.
That's very true. To be fair,
Yeah.
But like extinct in the wild, John. Like,
Well, I technically no, because they're there.
yeah.
But this is clearly just some sort of weird semantics for whoever is governing this.
I just thought it was really weird, right? I don't know if there's any I don't know if there's any sort of like problem with this. If when certain things get listed, they get more protections.
Yeah, so maybe if they're extinct in the wild, it means that there's more programs to try and fix that.
Well, that was my thought process, right? And I thought that surely that's got to be it. But there's another one. It's called the Kangaroos spray toad.
Oh yeah, no, I was about to ask you about them.
Yeah?
Yeah. The spray toad.
Yeah. So this is, I think it's Tanzania. Now, this is an interesting one because it's like these little toads are only found in like a 2-hectare, 5-acre spot. That's it.
So basically anything out of there is always going to be out of its natural habitat then?
Yeah, basically. But these have been reintroduced back to their natural habitat because they can't be found anywhere on the planet except for in zoos and captivity other than this waterfall in Kangaroos. So this Kangaroos waterfall, the reason these toads went extinct in the wild is because they put a dam in and the spray that used to come off and regulate their temperatures and like humidity changed. They just dropped off the face of the earth. So they've been classed as extinct in the wild since 2009. And the whole habitat is tiny, right? It's like 5 acres. That's nothing for an animal existence.
So this spray that's gone, has this now been recreated by humans?
Yes.
So maybe that's why it's extinct in the wild, because they wouldn't exist if humans weren't recreating the spray. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but we also took it away from them, I guess.
Yeah, no, we should do that. I'm just saying maybe that's where the semantics of extinct in the wild comes from.
But there's 6,000 of them.
Let's have a look. Let's see these burgers.
I don't have a picture.
Oh, come on!
No, yeah. So this one was really hard to find. I mean, I can try and search for it.
No, you're fine.
But, it was difficult.
Let's save the listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything for that one. So
fair enough.
But there are like well, this is in 2021. There was over 6,000 of them in this like big sprinkler field. Living their lives again, happy, and the population is increasing.
Big up the spray toad.
Yeah. But like to me, I was like, again, it was like they're not though, are they? They're not extinct in the wild. Like you would read that at a zoo and think, oh god, there's like nothing left.
I'm now wondering. My new hypothesis is that all of these populations that do exist, including the spray toads, everything seems to be with human intervention. Like these animals wouldn't exist unless there was humans intervening, and maybe that's where the line comes from. I don't know.
Yeah,
and I'm not, and that's not to say humans shouldn't intervene. Obviously, they should. I'm just saying, especially if you've destroyed the habitat.
Yeah, you're trying to right the wrongs, aren't you?
Yeah. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying maybe that's where the semantics of this come from.
Possibly, but I do think it's quite misleading, and I don't know if it needs to be changed or if anyone could like give us in the comments a bit more.
Cookie's not happy with this.
I'm not.
He doesn't like this terminology. Someone sort it out.
Yeah.
So this man can sleep properly.
Please.
Look how long he spent on Wikipedia.
Yeah, honestly, that is an absolute outrage. I've spent so much time looking through all of this.
He didn't spend so much time. He was looking it up as I arrived.
Shush. We've got to be seen professional.
Here I am writing jingles. Where's the jingle for this section?
Extinct in the wild, or is it?
I liked that.
You like that?
Yeah, no, I did like that. Extinct in the wild,
or is it?
Yeah, no, that's good.
Hey,
no,
on
fair,
the fly,
fair.
mate.
Right.
Another one.
Yeah, go on.
Spix McCaw. You might have heard about this one.
That's my nickname in uni. How did you know that? Spix McCaw, and I would speak like that whenever someone referred to me as that.
It's actually a really good name, isn't it?
Yeah,
like it's proper.
Spix McCaw sounds like sort of a detective, like a noir detective.
Yeah,
Spix McCaw is going to blow this case wide open. Right, go on. Sorry, tell me about this macaw, which I'm now
reintroduced into the wild back in 2022. It's quite a famous one, actually. I think a lot of people watching this would have known about it. But the extinct in the wild as of 2019, and there's only like less than 200 birds in captivity. And they were all in like
seriously
Europe.
low numbers. Then
seriously low numbers, and they were all in Europe, so they had to like fly them out.
Hey, imagine being a bird on a plane. That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like being a fish on a submarine.
Honestly, like a birdception, mate. That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
But so they had to like get all these over to their native place in Brazil. I can't remember the actual name of it, but their habitat was lost to like logging and basically just habitat loss. So eight of those were reintroduced into the wild in 2022. So again, John, they're not extinct in the wild, are they? Are they, John?
Do you know what? I kind of guessed that's where that was going. Let's go see Spix McCaw. Let's have you got any of that?
No.
What's going on?
Sorry. But there are loads of pictures on like Google if you want to go have a look of a Spix McCaw.
And if anyone wants to send us a picture of a Spix McCaw as a sort of noir detective, that would also be really cool.
Inspector Clouseau or something.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get that. It's probably a bit early for fan art because there's no fans. Forest.
This isn't Forest.
You're so English.
The table's too big, John.
Yeah, that's another one. Everyone keeps saying you need a small. This is a studio. We can't take the table up.
We can't.
This is built in.
Yeah, like, all of this is built in. We can't move it. All right.
Right.
Flipping
next.
That one person that keeps commenting. Table's too big. So that was like my.
At least we didn't let it get to us.
No.
Right. Yeah.
So, extinct in the wild, or is it? They were my like three animals that I picked.
I like that. That's good.
There's a couple others that I thought were quite interesting where it was like they were extinct in the wild and they were reintroduced. So one of them, the Hawaiian crow, it went extinct in the wild in 2002. It was reintroduced in 2016, and it was like repopulated over a couple of years. By 2020, all but 5 of them were dead.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
maybe that's another reason why they're still extinct in the wild, because it's not proven whether they're going to survive yet.
They were taken back into captivity, those 5.
Yeah.
So now there is no Hawaiian crows in the wild.
Okay.
So they are back in captivity now. So there was a little brief period where they tried a reintroduction. For whatever reason, it didn't work. They believe it was the Hawaiian hawk who decided to wreak havoc on the Hawaiian crow. So they're going to try it in a different place. And
see, that's funny because here I've seen crows absolutely batter the crap out of hawks. I've seen it the other way around.
Yeah, all day long. But
big. To be fair, once it was really upsetting. I was like, do I have to run over? Because it was in where I was living, the crows had all attacked this hawk, pinned it to the ground. They're all going mad at it. And I'm like, do I run over now? And then the hawk got away. But
No, it did in the end.
yeah, but them crows.
Crazy though, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but apparently in Hawaii, mate, they can't cope with it,
Yeah.
which is weird. But there's another thing we want to talk about. With
Do you know, I've always said that about Hawaiian crows. Soft.
Yeah. Pathetic animals, aren't they? Rubbish. Another one, Guam kingfisher. This is a bit different because this was wiped out by tree snakes, which were introduced to Guam. So brown tree snakes were introduced, and they've numbered so much that they just killed off this kingfisher population. And that was in 1988. They're being bred in captivity to increase the numbers, and as of next year, they're trying to reintroduce them back, not into Guam because they haven't got a suitable habitat for them because there's too many snakes. But they're gonna, I can't remember. It's like an atoll in the Pacific somewhere. It's like 3,000 kilometers away from Guam. They're going to try and put them back onto this atoll to hopefully bring these animals back into the wild, which I actually thought was quite interesting.
That's really cool.
Guam
Yeah.
kingfisher.
The Guam kingfisher.
How cool is that?
Yeah, I like that.
Little Guam
Guam then.
fisher. Way.
I'm half Irish, so I can do that.
So I was supposed to go for the Hawaiian crow last, which would segue me onto the next.
Yeah, but
thing I
ever
wanted to talk
professional.
about.
Go on. Let's pretend. And that concludes our bit on the Hawaiian crow.
Yeah, mad. Well, actually, John, saying that, there's something else I wanted to talk about with the Hawaiian crow.
Oh, go on then.
Yeah. So
Big
actually,
soft Hawaiian crow.
they use tools.
Oh,
Yeah.
little stone or something.
Yeah, something like that. Not really.
No?
They use sticks. But I've got a video for this one. So I've actually come semi-prepared.
And for the audio-only listeners, I will be doing an audio description.
Oh, good.
Right here we have an advert, which I won't read out because they don't sponsor us. Big up MPB.
MPB all the way. Right, okay, so here we've got on the screen. What is that thing doing? Can you see it?
It is sort of bobbing its head up and down with a stick in its mouth, but the stick is like the long. It's not sideways on. It's got the tip of the stick in its mouth, and it's poking it up and down forward into like the hole of a log, I think, to get out some larvae, maybe.
Yeah, you're spot on, basically.
Got it. Next. Sorry.
So, look, this is a Hawaiian crow on the screen. It's really cool. But they use tools. They grab sticks, branches, whatever, to get into crevices that so they can shift things about that they want to eat. And yeah, well, that's
Did you notice that as I was describing it, I was like moving my
Doing the
head
same
like the crow?
movement, yeah.
I reckon you could put some music onto that.
But do you not find that really cool? Like,
Yeah,
this
they're
is
good. They're using tools. It's fascinating.
And like it's quite weird actually because they're obviously a really intelligent animal, but they sometimes somehow just
soft.
can't survive. Yeah, a bit soft. But I thought it was really interesting seeing them using sticks, twigs to like
That's
delve
really cool,
into
yeah.
things to sort of drag it out and help them grab some food. I thought that was really cool. But there's another one that does that same sort of thing. So obviously again, because I'm going to New Zealand, I've been looking at New Zealand animals, and there's another one for this which I thought was interesting. And a lot of people may know of this bird anyway. It's called the kia. It's often cited actually as being one of the most intelligent animals on the planet, just due to its like problem-solving ability.
If it was in this room, it would be the most intelligent animal. I can tell you that
absolutely,
much.
by far. Like, there's no question about it. So the kia in New Zealand, if there's any New Zealand listeners, viewers, they will probably know about this bird anyway because it wreaks havoc.
Oh, go on.
It tears off people's windscreen wipers. It dives into their camper vans trying to steal stuff. It
Causes havoc.
It causes havoc, and it like smashes up wheelie bins. It does all sorts. You have to actually put stones on
Like
wheelie
a
bins.
chav.
Yeah, oh, it's an absolute chav, mate. This is a proper chav of the mountains and South Island of New Zealand. But similar sort of thing, which I thought was also interesting because New Zealand is trying to go predator free, and what you're seeing right here is a predator box, which is like something they would use to capture stoats, weasels, rats, anything like that, to try and get rid of these predators in New Zealand. But this kia, using stuff, trying to get inside it and trigger the trap. Look at that.
That is mad.
Isn't it? So this little idiot, well, he's not an idiot, he's very intelligent. This little muppet is basically saying, no, hold on, we want the predators. And he's breaking all these traps. Now, the reason they do this isn't really quite known, but the only thing they can try and cite for it is because they like the trap going off. That's
Oh, right.
the only reason they do it. from what
It's going hard. So just to once again, just to describe, the key here has got a stick, but it's not just using it. Oh, it's on his back at the moment. So it's not doing very well.
This is a wild bird, by the way.
But there's a wooden trap, and he just keeps clawing at it, like lifting it, using a stick to try and get at it, just doing everything he can to break this thing open. Determined.
The only reason is because he wants to trap. So it's like a mouse trap, right? It just go bang, and the only reason he wants to do it is because he wants to trigger that trap and hear it. That is it. That's all they can sort of guess is the reason they do it at the minute. They don't know why it happens, but that is their logical best guess. How weird is that?
Yeah, and actually now it's showing it modifying a stick to try and attack it better.
Yeah.
So that's
How
crazy.
Cool is that honestly?
Cool.
Kia, because there's loads of videos on YouTube if you want to watch of Kia when they're like sort of breaking into puzzle boxes and stuff like that. They're really fascinating bird, and I've actually met some before in the.
You met some?
I have, yeah. Well, they came to me.
It's just the way you said it. Had a good chat. I saw some. I met some.
So there's a specific place in New Zealand. If you're driving to Milford Sound down the, I don't know what the road's called. There's a tunnel. It's called the Homer Tunnel. Now you have to only one like set of traffic can go through at one time, so you have to wait for like 10 minutes either side. Once it's your turn to go to the other side. 3 Kia birds, this is what happened when I was there, 3 Kia birds flew down from the mountains to investigate the vans, the cars, and see what sort of havoc they could cause. While I was there, there's a camper van that was had its doors open. This kid just flew straight in, looking around, grabbed the bin bag and flew off with it. But it just, they're wicked birds. Really
by the way,
cool,
if you do Google it,
things.
KEA, not KIA.
Yeah,
otherwise, you will see traffic jams at a tunnel, but it won't be what you were hoping
You
for.
don't want to see that one, no, absolutely not. So there are other things on here as well. So I've got like actually I saw this morning, which I didn't realise was a thing. So this.
Wait, hang on, you were preparing for the podcast this morning?
No, so I wasn't preparing for this, but
No,
like,
right,
this,
okay.
this was
Good.
this just came up. So so this one I saw it on TikTok this morning. Thought it was quite interesting. So here, what you have is a black-breasted buzzard. I think is in Australia. And can you sort of describe what he's doing, John?
Yeah, so he's got a little rock and he's lifting it up and he's slamming it down onto what looks like a big green egg.
Yeah, this is a fake emu egg.
So he's using the rock to break into the egg.
Yeah, how cool is that?
I would say, would it not be smarter to use his beak?
I would have thought just pick it up and drop it. Do you know what I mean?
Anyway, it is quite cool. It is cool. It's definitely cool.
So this is like one of 2 animals that do this towards eggs. So the other one, birds, sorry. The other one is an Egyptian vulture, does the exact same thing. I do have footage of that, but I think you can get the picture.
Yeah, we understand. Pick up a stone, drop it on it. It's still cool though.
It's cool. It's using tools to try and smash into some food. And through that video, you can see him keep doing it.
He keeps missing.
He's not very good at it.
Come on, mate.
But he's having a go. But again.
Oh, here we go. This is what I'm saying. Just peck it.
So he basically creates himself a little gap and then he gets his beak in there and tries to smash it about and do it all that way. Again, another one really interesting of like birds and animals using tools.
I'm enjoying that.
There's other things as well. So I know I showed you the Hawaiian crow. I won't show you the video for this one, but there was a Hawaiian crow that was sorry, not the Hawaiian crow, sorry, the Galapagos Islands woodpecker finch. It did the same thing as a Hawaiian crow. So
the stick.
Yeah, it used the stick in the exact same way, and branches and little crevices to use the stick, grab it and bring stuff out. Yeah,
get me that food.
That's
I'm doing
it.
the motion again.
Yeah, that's probably going to look really good from that angle as well. Like you.
No, I'll go, yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
you keep going if you want, man. There's turn on some of the viewers or something like that. Yeah,
if they aren't already.
Yeah. But and then there's also sea otters. Sea otters smash like mussels and stuff against rocks. So not technically using a tool, although I do think they use stones to smack into things. But
a lot of things do that. Like I remember watching a kingfish once that was like going diving, getting its fish and then bashing it against a branch.
Yeah, for sure. So I think they do as well. They basically put something here and they just smash it against their chest as well. But yeah, typically they'll just sort of grab something, smash it against a rock and eat it. But yeah, that's my little bit on
that's nice. I like that.
Tools.
Animals using tools and animals that are extinct in the wild but not extinct in the wild, and it's really annoyed you.
Yeah, big time.
And there was that seamless segue in the middle of it as well. That was really
perfect.
Good.
Honestly, it went really, really well. But anyway, I think that's all we got.
I think that's it. I think that's the Animal Anomalies podcast presented by The Wild Times, which is now available on Spotify.
Sponsored by MPB, and it's just finished.
I think that's it.
Have you got a jingle for us, or? No, have you not?
No.
you were like shaping up. I was like, oh, we're gonna get one.
Yeah, no, that's it.
No.
See you later, guys.
Yeah.
It's not as hot this time. You don't look as
actually,
sweaty.
I'm not sweating my chebbies off.
You're
so
only a
I'm
bit
all right,
sweaty.
yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah. Right, anyway, thank you all for listening. If you've enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up on the video on YouTube. Or if you are listening on Spotify, give us a 5-star rating. That would be greatly appreciated. Or if you... no, that's it. That's all I've got. So
right.
YouTube or Spotify, rate it, like it, do all of that. Give us a comment. Let us know what you thought. And for now, I've been Cookie.
And I have been John, and I will be John next time as well.
All right.
Love you, bye.
See you later. Bye.